This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm in Derby. With me, I've got trainer Peter Fury. Just witnessed an absolute great win for Hughie Fury against George Arias. A very experienced competitor, 46 KOs on his record. So, yeah, it shows what kind of level Hughie's mixing at.
Yeah, he is. He is mixing on a good level, because I was quite shocked actually, because I didn't think Hughie would get to Arias, but he hit him with some good shots in the third round, I think. And he was badly rocked.
Second round, he was rocking a bit.
Second round. Well, there you are. But again, he started not to relax when he hit him. He started loading up, and then Arias. After then, that window of opportunity left, because Arias then was aware of his power. So
hence why he was high guard, walking forward, trying to walk him down, trying to walk Hughie down. Yeah, and
you notice when he was throwing shots, throwing his jab, Arias was like blocking everything. He was like taking everything on the gloves. And I said to you, you're gonna have to really pace yourself and watch this guy, because he's just trying to walk you down. He's just trying to land a big one. And you know what? These are the worst type of people to box.
Don't know what happened there. I think we got another fight. I thought it was all over.
I did. But yeah, these are the worst type of people to box, because they're just on you looking for the knockout power, aren't they?
Look where she's giving. Look where she's giving. I shouldn't have even known better, shouldn't I? Go on, sling your up. You alright? Sorry, Pete.
Yeah, so he's got a good 10 rounds out of him. What I wanted to see from Hughie, I'd like to see him where he's spinning off and getting the centre, rather than going around the outside all the time. He's got to get out of that, because he was doing too much footwork without spinning off, like double jab, right hand, light shots, and then spinning off to the centre. He needs to get more of the centre of the ring in his movements.
Easier said than done though when you've got someone of Arias' quality. Literally, Hughie didn't have to look for him, did he? He was trying to sit on Hughie's chest the whole fight. So that kind of, to deal with that, it's kind of maybe affects his kind of plan in there a little bit, maybe.
Sure, because you've got a guy who's not fighting back. He's just trying to take everything you've got and walk you down. It's an intimidating thought for 10 rounds, but he knew what he was going into. These are the type of fights that this young kid needs.
20 years old.
Tough guys. Rudenko. Now we've had this guy. He's learning all the time, Hughie. In this fight, he's in better shape. He's more lean. You notice he's punching with a lot more power as well. His shots are a lot more clean. So there's a lot of improvements, but there's still much work to do. So that's where we are with him. But he's mixing. He's fighting guys that nobody else wants. Because let's face it, he went 10 rounds, I think 5 months ago with Boytsov. So he's mixing in good circles, and Hughie's already mixing in top level circles, isn't he?
Tyson smashed Rudenko in February. Absolutely wiped Rudenko out in February. Again, a fantastic result for Hughie.
Well, again, he's had a shutout points win again, hasn't he? So he's getting the rounds, that's the main thing. So he's learning his trade properly.
Now, speaking to Hughie today, he's under the belief he'll be on the Tyson Fury WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO undercard. If so, what kind of level of opposition will you be looking for? Will you be looking for a showpiece fight for Hughie on that?
Again, I have to really assess this fight and have a look, but he'll fight in a good fight. He'll get a credible opponent. He's not going to get somebody he can blow over. So he'll fight somebody of decent calibre. He'll just keep working, and when he's ready to really step up, we'll step him up.
Will you be looking at the likes maybe the next 6 months of Derek Chisora and Lucas Brown? Are they sort of on your radar for Hughie?
I'm not really looking at anybody. We just got to see how it goes. But of course, if we was offered them fights, we'd take them. But to call out these people, it just doesn't happen like that. We've tried to get good fights for Hughie. We tried various names. They never got back to us, turned us down. We offered them money, they didn't want it. So that's where we are. So there's not a lot we can do, but we will get a good opponent for Hughie on the undercard, because with it being a world title fight of that magnitude, so we'll get a quality opponent for Hughie.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit now at the main event. WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO defending 4 of his world titles against Tyson Fury. Your nephew, your kind of protege, if you like. How much does it mean to the Fury family to get this opportunity?
You know what it is? I know it's good to have this opportunity, and we're finally here, but there's been many a challenger. And Klitschko has done what he's done to all the challengers, so my feet are firmly on the ground. I know the level of task ahead, and I know exactly what we need to be doing. So I want Tyson to go and win this fight, and I'm confident he can win it because he's got gears that nobody's seen yet, because he's never had to use them. So basically, we're going to see a very good fight here, and may the best man win. But there's one thing for sure, I'm confident we can get it right. I'm confident we can come away with them belts.
Do you think nullifying Vladimir's jab, excuse me, will go a long way to Tyson winning them belts?
You know, he studied Tyson, and you know, and his trainers, and we've had a look at him. But we're confident in what we're going to do. But it's going to be a hard road. You know, it's not going to be easy. Tyson's got to box to tactics. He's got to do certain things, and you know, it's a mission that, although it's a big mission, a big thing to accomplish, it's something we can get our teeth into. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, to be honest.
Do you think Wladimir Klitschko's faced anyone like Tyson Fury before, looking at his opponents that he's maybe faced in the last 3 years, the likes of Bryant Jennings, the likes of Pulev? Do you think they compare to Tyson Fury?
I've got to say no, because you know, look, Jennings has had 17, 19 fights, you know, and Klitschko struggled with him, you know, and he just used what he naturally had, his height advantage, but he wasn't comfortable in there. And Pulev, you know, he did rock Klitschko with a jab. You know, Pulev was awkward, you know, and Pulev was wide open to that looping left hook. And, you know, that's what finished him off, and Klitschko found that, I think, 4 times. So basically, that's where we are. So, I knew. So that's what happened. So, you know, is he going to hit Tyson Fury with them shots? No, he's not.
What do you make of Tyson's comments? If he cannot beat a 40-year-old man, he shouldn't be fighting. What, as a trainer, and what do you say to your fighter when he comes up with something like that?
I'm not really interested in words. Look, we've got a 41-year-old in Arias. Yeah, and Hughie, whether you think so or not, Hughie can punch. Yeah, and look, we've got a guy who's coming forward. If Arias was able to let the trigger off and find his feet, Arias can punch. That could have been good night Vienna for Hughie. So basically, anything can happen in that ring. You know, Wladimir Klitschko is a specimen of a human being. He's a consummate professional. The guy's in super condition. 39. Does it mean anything? Is he over the hill? Definitely not. I'm not relying on that at all. I don't see it as much.
He seems to be wanting to control everything, Wladimir, in the press conference when Tyson's speaking, when he's telling him to speak. That kind of old man syndrome. Do you think Tyson's aware of that, and that Wladimir was trying to do that stuff?
I think as much as it's not going to work on Wladimir, it definitely isn't going to work on Tyson. Tyson is just literally not bothered about Wladimir. He's not bothered about any boxer. He's not intimidated whatsoever. Tyson sees himself as the best heavyweight on the planet, and he just relishing the chance to get in there. And you know, he's 1000% confident he can do a number on Wladimir. It's for me to look with caution and see things for what they are. You know, but as Tyson Fury as a fighter, he's unstoppable, and he will go in there not the slightest little bit intimidated. And where Wladimir has made a mistake, and I was listening to him comment where he was saying, this is a big event, and you know, it's massive, and you know, Tyson Fury's never fought on this level. You know, he's never really had to step up. You know, this is a whole new level for him, meaning he's been there many times, experienced, which in that regard he has. But Tyson relishes the big fights. You know, he comes alive. It's like a flower getting water for Tyson. You know, he springs to it. So if you want the total best out of Tyson, as much as the pressure is on, the bigger the event, the bigger the full arena, he loves it. So it has the opposite effect of Tyson. If the arena's empty and he's fighting nobody, you'll get a stinkfest out of Tyson. He just can't be bothered. But when the occasion's right, he'll lift. So, you know, Vladimir's assessed Tyson totally wrong there. You need to get behind Tyson, because Tyson's going to win this fight. You know, I'm not saying it because he's me nephew. I look at things as an open view. I've got a balanced view. I've got 2 eyes I can see. You know, Tyson has got every chance of lifting this fight, better than any other fighter out there. Don't listen to all the boxing pundits. Don't listen to all the past heavyweights that think this and think that. I can tell you now, they're in for a shock. Tyson Fury, when he gets out there, is going to lift to the occasion. People's going to say, wow, that's not the Tyson Fury we've seen in 24 fights. This is something new altogether. And look, that's what he needs. I'm not saying the boxing pundits are all wrong, because on Tyson's past performances, I've already said, he needs to fight better if he's going to beat Klitschko. But he can, and he will. And the thing is, Klitschko's never fought anybody like Tyson either, so they're in level playing fields.
One thing I'll say about Tyson, for all his maybe rashness and shortcomings, today when he came into the venue, there was probably 100 people waiting for pictures. He had stood and took a picture with every single person. I went and already done 5-6 interviews. I came out, he was still there doing the same thing. So sometimes people don't see that side of him. He is actually a real gentleman.
Look, Tyson, he's temperamental. It's everything under the sun. But I will say this, he's what he is. He wears his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
But there's one thing for sure. He's got a heart of a lion. And that's for getting it and getting back up and all that. If you get it properly, you're not getting back up. We're not looking for him to get it clean and get knocked out or whatever and prove a point. Tyson's going to win this fight and win it. And he needs to win it big because we're in Germany as well. Yeah. So we're not going to tip-tap around for a points job. So Tyson's he knows what he's got to do. And, we're prepared to lift them levels and get it done.
Do you think he's got to stop Vladimir Klitschko to get a decision in Germany?
Either that or he's got to give Klitschko a one-sided beating. Because, let's face it, you've got the unified champion out to get in the record books, set records and everything else. He's a big name in Germany, so, obviously they're going to favour the champion. So if it's close, if Tyson's slightly favouring it, it's not enough. It's not enough. And I said that when we was at the press conference. I said, look, if it's a close fight, give it to Vladimir. No problem with it.
Tyson's clip line got a lot of the attention at the press conference, shall we say, but the funniest one-liner came from yourself. When you came on, you said about 2 words and you went, do you want to translate this to the translator? We was pissing ourselves. I know,
I just listened to it. He kept pulling Mick up every 2 minutes.
So I
thought to myself, I just make light of it. It's in press conferences, what can you say? We know what task is ahead, but I can assure them, as much as we was good in business, we're as good in that ring, and Tyson will do the job. Not 100% he will do the job, because I'm cautious, anything can go wrong in that ring. Vladimir is an excellent fighter, I'm not taking nothing away from him. I thought he's had a bad performance against Jennings, but still he won by a landslide. Yeah, this guy seems to do enough. He's not 11, 12-year champion for nothing. He's a great champion. I respect Vladimir Klitschko. I ultimately respect his brother. I think they're great champions, great ambassadors for the sport, very, very good people. And people, they're definitely going to go down in the history books. So they're great individuals. But this is Tyson's time.
Peter Fury, I can't thank you enough for your time.
Always good, James.
Catching up with you again real soon, sir.
Thank you very much. And thanks for coming.
Top man, thank you, Peter.